Have you ever wondered which industries and types of businesses are paying the most for their Google ads? In this video, we're going to break down the most expensive keywords for local service businesses and see which people are shelling out the most for their ads. There's going to be some that you're used to seeing and know are expensive, like plumbers and electricians, and also a couple surprises. So stick around and find out. And before we get into things, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Really help the channel grow. And if there's any other topics or industries you're keen to hear about, definitely let me know in the comments below and we can make a video about that in the future. As we get started, I thought I'd explain a little bit about costly keywords and how keywords get expensive. And ultimately, as most of you should know, Google Ads works on a bidding structure, and people bid for their keywords, and the more they're willing to bid, just drives the price up. It's an interesting thing to think about because the more people bid, ultimately means that it's a profitable business, and on average, those folks have more money to spend. So it's a good gauge on which businesses are probably more profitable. The flip side of that is if a business is very easy to get customers for, people won't be very willing to advertise because they don't need to. They're able to grow on repeat and referral. And you definitely see that with some of these here, that the bids are a lot lower than you'd expect. And that, more than anything, just demonstrates the fact that they stay very busy and there's very low willingness to pay. So it's definitely a good way to do some competitor research if you are entering into a business and are curious how competitive it might be to get clients. And it's kind of interesting to think about for PPC nerds like ourselves. So getting into the data here, I'll just fix the screen up here so we can see everything. But what I did is I opened up my keyword planner and I just kind of started looking at lots of PPC words. I obviously have lots of clients in each of these industries, so I kind of knew which ones I thought were going to be more expensive. Obviously, HVAC, plumbing, and electrical are ones that are really obviously expensive. I also knew garage door was expensive. So I just kind of looked at a bunch, and then I downloaded the keyword ideas, pulled that into a big Excel sheet, and then just kind of filtered from high to low. And I put the top ones and the most interesting ones in this sheet here. So this data is all up to date here in 2024, and we'll dive into it. So the most expensive one by a long shot, which was a bit of a surprise to me, was bat proofing. So bat proofing near me in North America is an average bid of about $220, which is astronomically high. The monthly search volume is pretty low, so it might be a little bit skewed. But that one was not something I've ever heard of. I don't have any bat proofing customers. If you are a bat proofing company and you want ads, hit me up. It'd be fun to play around with this if you have a big budget. Next one, pretty typical, AC repair near me. All these HVAC ones are super expensive, $55 a click for an AC repair near me. To kind of break that down, I'd say most local service businesses are looking at about a 15% conversion rate on their ads. So if you're spending $55 a click and a conversion rate is 0.15, that means you're paying about $360 for a call. And then you know what your close rate is, probably 30%. So a lot of people are spending $1,000 for a job, and obviously that depends a little bit on their close rate. If they're really good at sales, maybe they'll be a little bit higher. But just absolutely bananas. People are spending this much money right now. Plumber near me, a little bit more modest at $30. This has been pretty consistent. If anything, I've actually seen plumber near me falling a little bit in the past few years. I think it's just kind of become really saturated, and people are starting to spend a little bit less on ads. But yeah, they're $30 a click. I know plumbing conversion rates are really high. Usually if someone calls for a plumber, they're going to hire them. They're not shopping around for quotes too much. They're just looking for someone that's available. But even then, again, $30 a click on that average 15% conversion rate. But we can see what that shakes out to. You're paying about $200 a call, maybe a little bit less if your conversion rates are high. So still super high, and a lot of those plumbing jobs aren't even the biggest if they're smaller repairs. But anyways, yeah, $30 there. Water damage restoration near me, really high at about $30 as well. No surprise there. That's obviously a big ticket. Garage door repair near me. This one really surprised me. I heard about this a couple years ago that it was a high one. $25 a click for garage door repair near me. It's just really funny. People are willing to pay so much, and I would say this would be one of those businesses that kind of jump out as probably a good opportunity for a lot of people looking to maybe start up a small business, local service business. People are willing to spend a lot of money on these garage door jobs, and I know they're lucrative, they're high margin, and they can be pretty easy. So there's that one. Roofers near me, $22. Electrician, a little bit lower at $20. That's fallen a lot. That used to be a lot higher a couple years ago. Roof repair and obviously the same at 20. Locksmith a bit lower at 17. People do still pay a lot for those locksmith jobs. Again, I think that's one of those industries that the jobs are quick. You get in and out, and you make your money, and they're willing to pay for that. Pest control, another one that's fallen a lot. I remember this being $20, $30 a couple of years ago. Same thing with exterminators. So those have fallen a lot. I kind of left those in. Those aren't even that high. There's a lot of businesses that are higher, but that's kind of an interesting one with it having fallen so much. And then lastly, really the biggest surprise to me was lawyer-based keywords hovering in the mid to high single digits. That's one I would have based or would have viewed as something they'd be willing to spend a lot on. Obviously, it's a good margin business, decently low overhead if you're just kind of running your own shop. But they're not willing to pay too much, and I think there's a lot of demand for lawyers, and people stay busy on repeat referral. And as a result, the bids are pretty low. So that kind of rounds out the list. A couple of surprises at the end there. And again, just thought it'd be a fun video to talk about, kind of look at who's paying the most for ads right now. So hope you guys found that interesting. If you have a Google ad account and you're running your ads yourself, definitely check out my other videos talking about ad management. If you'd like some expert help, feel free to get in touch with me. Happy to point you in the right direction. And in the meantime, definitely check out all my other videos, whether those are on paid ads, SEO, or other small business tips and tricks. So thanks for watching. Hope everyone has a good day, and we'll see you in the next one.